Hello, hello. Welcome back. Please go do something. Just something, Asubleaf. Just go do something. It'll be so easy to just start with something, please. This was the last official week of semester. So going forward, it's the study break. I will be consulting with my students next week, so I'm not going to have a study break, but it's fine. I'll get my essay done during those times because they're not going to come. And then after that, it's exams for a month. I'll still be meeting with my supervisor, so it's not like I'm on a holiday where I can just spend my time reading and writing. But, I'll have 6 out of 7 days of the week completely free. This past week was very good. I graduated on Friday. It was a really nice experience. I enjoyed the ceremony. I mean, my university makes it kind of cool. It was fun just to see the accumulation of 3 long years of work there in just a piece of paper that I get handed and my name gets read out. But it was really nice to celebrate with the people that I worked with. One of the other teachers at the department graduated on the same day, so we celebrated together. It was nice. Another thing that happened this week, which was actually really cool, the department had a professor from Turkey come like as a visiting professor, and he gave a couple talks on logic, which I'm trying to get into because I'm trying to understand something in philosophy of language. And so it was very interesting. It wasn't like an introduction to it. It was sort of the guy who invented logic, Frege, I don't know how you pronounce it properly, what his entire project was with creating that what's it called, first order predicate logic, and how that failed. And then the second talk he gave was how you go from Frege to LLMs. And I wasn't there for the beginning because I had my reading group, but so I don't know what his conclusion was with that talk. He didn't really state it at the end, but it was very interesting, very fun. Gave me motivation to carry on learning this logic stuff, and it's so difficult. It's really difficult for me to learn this like proper logic stuff. Like, obviously I've done logic before in maths in like grade 10, grade 11, I think. But this stuff, when they have the upside down A, the backwards E, and then there's just nothing, and then it's the rest of the sentence, and I don't understand it. But no, I'm kind of getting to understand it now that I'm going through a textbook. But that talk was actually like really interesting, quite serendipitous that a logic talk happened as I'm trying to learn logic. But it was very, very interesting, very cool. I'm glad, it happened. It was funny, the department didn't tell us any of them were happening. The first one was it was happening during a time when someone else was supposed to present. One of us, that thing that I presented a couple weeks ago, someone else was supposed to present, but then this professor from Turkey came, which was cool. And then the second time, they didn't tell us it was happening, and they just came around to the department being like, "Oh, guys, let's go to this talk that's happening," and everyone was like, "Okay." So it was kind of funny, but it was interesting and very cool and serendipitous. But my research for this year is almost done. I have like 114 words till I hit 8,000. I'm probably gonna go over, so like 8,100, 8,200 in this fourth draft that I'm doing. And then I'll edit it down in the later drafts and then see where I need to clarify and add words and stuff. But I'm almost done with the actual content, which is very cool, very exciting, which means for the second semester I'll be free to write another paper and edit and everything, focus on my coursework as well. But for my actual research, it's going well. That other paper I just finished, it's on like 7,600. So it's quite a far. It's completely like exhausted. There's nothing else that I can add. I have clarified everything that I can clarify. I have repeated myself repeatedly, getting the ideas. No, this is what this is. Okay, and now we're going to differentiate between them. I said again what they are. This is, and it's because it's not. I have to repeat it for clarification because of the words that I'm using and the fact that it's a long repetitive stuff. It's really annoying, that section that I'm thinking about right now. But the rest of it is fine. I'm very happy. But yeah, I don't think there's anything I can add from the literature I have. So I've sent it to my supervisor and to another lecturer at the department. See if they can advise me on other stuff I can add. I did meet with my supervisor about that paper, and he said that a lot of the stuff, a lot of explanation that could be useful is in the footnotes, and maybe I should bring them up to the main text. So that's a way for me to get more words. But yeah, I feel like the actual content I've used up completely. Like, there's literally nothing more I can say. Like, for my research, I know once I hit 8,200, I have another essay I can write about it, right? I can continue as like a part 2. Whereas for this one, what's actually the content, I've exhausted. The implications of it, I could write a couple more papers on that. But the actual content's basically exhausted at like 7,000 words. So yeah, done. Basically, I'm going to try and submit that for publication by the end of June. What day is it? It's May. By the end of June, which will be exciting. I can bring you with me on that process, because I know it's a long process. You can wait like months before your paper actually goes out to reviewers. And then it could still just get rejected after being reviewed, and then changes are recommended and you send it back and they just reject it again. But I can bring you guys on that. Yeah, that's pretty much everything for this week. The song for this week is Nero Forte by Slipknot. I know what you're going to say. Yusuf, you've been giving us pop songs since one of the weeks I did Metallica. What is the Slipknot coming? I have needed some heavier, faster, that's controversial, some different metal to get me through this past week. Because with all of the Mark's shenanigans that I can't talk about, was hectic. So yeah, that's my song for the week, and I will see you next week. Bye.